to know the artist behind the epic melodies, songs, and beats. Celebrating the best new music from around the world. This is the A State of Trance podcast.
What's up? My name is Ruben Ron and welcome to a new A State of Trance podcast. And today I have someone in the studio that is one of the biggest melodic house or melodic techno or progressive artists on this planet. And she's here in the studio.
Wow, thank you.
Welcome,
Thank you,
8Ks. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Yeah,
Happy to be here.
No, well, I'm glad to see you here as well. You've been here before for Amsterdam Dance Event.
Exactly, yeah.
So, and that's always like in, out, and then you're gone again.
Yeah, it's a really nice day that we can catch up today and
just in
talk.
a normal environment, no rushing,
Exactly.
no other DJs standing by to jump on the decks. So
Yeah, true. So it's actually really nice start of the day.
yeah, well, that's good to hear. I tried to pronounce your actual name, and Irina Svitkaya. Is that
Irina Svitka.
Svitka? That's the way to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Did I do okay or
Yeah, you do pretty
6
good.
out of 10?
No, it's like 11.
No, thank you so much. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we are going through your career, and it's actually a longer one than people would know already, I think. And I have some fan questions for you as well, quite a few. So let's start at the very first beginning. I always try to do some research, right? So if I do anything or say anything that's not correct, just say, okay, dude, you're full of shit. This is not correct.
Okay.
Okay, so you can do that. Deal. Okay. First, I want to know of you, where and how did you fall in love with dance music? What was the moment that you were like, okay, wow?
I think, of course, like for like many people, it starts with groups like Prodigy, like Chemical Brothers. I don't think that it was like one moment, but it was like a long period of time when you're trying to consume all the music when you're a teenager.
Yeah, you try to find your path in the life.
Yeah, you consume all this music that exists around you. And I'm old person, so it was a time without any it's no internet there. So it's like radio. I don't know, just like MTV or something, or some people they just sharing the music. I even remember this time of the cassettes,
Oh yeah, good times.
Yeah. When you recorded something from the radio and then put it on the school, discotheque.
Yeah, because you had nothing on demand.
Yeah.
So you had to rely on friends taping or bringing a burnt CD or whatever and just sharing the music like that, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it starts from this time, and then I think it's like click moment for me. It was then my friend, a good friend of mine, Dima, hi, actually.
Hello.
He brought for me a few discs with Blank and Jones, I think, with Armin sets, and with Tiesto early sets, and also Gabriel and Dresden there. But this was already era with just like this slow internet when your mom was asking, just like
get off the internet.
I need a call, yeah.
yeah.
And so you can download these sets like 1 week, you know. So we have, we had the value of this music, and we just like sharing this. And then I listened to some DJs in Ukraine. And actually have a really good electronic scene till nowadays. And it was like some pioneer who developed the music in Ukraine. And of course, you also consume this experience. So it was like a long journey. I don't want to say that it was like one moment that
you didn't have a wow moment. It was your upbringing, but the people around you that were dance music lovers, and
exactly. So step by step, of course, I also like the disco house. I love listening something housey, but I'm always felt like I belongs more to melodic music, and trance was so so interesting for me, especially progressive, and I've really enjoyed the first State of Trance compilation on In Search of Sunrise, or the music they did Gabriel Dresden or Chicane, just like it's histories that I remember, or just Schillers that we spoke about.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
this video. I Feel You. I remember it from when I was a kid from the school.
You saw it on TV, and you're like,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, and it was so nice and tender track. So it's still till now is in my heart, and I hope I will do I will do my best to deliver like a new version of this
Hmm.
to give a chance
For a new generation to
for the
enjoy
new
it as well.
generation, because of course for me and for you we know this track, but most of the people say just like, okay, it's something new.
Yeah. Oh, that's a nice vocal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
exactly. All right. So you were starting to listening to dance music, and then at a certain point, you were like, okay, I want to start playing this out. I want to start DJing or start making music. What was first for you? Did you start DJing or
DJing.
DJ first?
Yeah, DJing, because it was many years
So
ago.
you were listening to the music, you were listening to the live sets, and when was the moment that you were like, okay, I want to DJ. I want to become a DJ.
I don't know what I had from the moment when I saw DJs. It was something for me interesting them, because firstly you become like music selector, you
Yeah.
know, and then you want to share this music that you like select already, or you want to share it with people, you know.
Yeah.
And
So you were finding music by yourself, and you were like, okay, I want to share this.
yeah, I want to share it, and I like the way how the DJ present, and I just like magic with the vinyl sets. It was so magical for me, so I tried to do that, and I was a resident first in one club in Kiev, and then I just like decide to play only trance music or like progressive music, and during this moment I had like I'm study at university, and after that I had office work, so it's like you know, back to back, and after that when I got this experience like a DJ, I realized that I really wanted to do music by myself.
Mhm.
And it was a long also journey. I just like also moment, but not so many tutorials on YouTube.
Yeah.
And all these knowledges is like people share it with each
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
And also you mentioned that I had IRA project. It also was a part of Smart Apes project. It was like short period, maybe in like long history, music history, but like huge period for me and the guys. And I remember I learned a lot from my colleague Alex.
Mhm.
He like teach me a lot. And yeah, and then step by step I decided I need to do music.
Yeah. So now I want to know, because you know you started DJing, okay, and you were cute. You bought vinyls, I guess. So you were, or was it already MP3s or?
It was the time when it
So
was
when- what-
Pioneer 100.
Okay, so the
One-
silver ones.
Yeah. This
yeah.
like ones, and I don't remember. This the mixture is 300 or something.
Mhm.
So, but if you play in vinyl, you know, with the vinyl, it's like top notch. You know, it's like you always wanted to buy something to play. So, I actually still have this vinyl techniques that I bought. Like my first one, I think they stay with my friend in Ukraine, but it's like still there. And,
Techniques.
Techniques,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And I collect some vinyl collection with the trance music. But yeah, of course, when you're resident, it's complicated to play only vinyl. So
Because you have to order so many, and
yeah. And it's actually was time when you can play an MP3 CD. You just can. You remember this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you need to you needed to put like an audio CD. You
Yeah.
had 70 minutes, and then you had to
Yeah.
burn as many as you could on there.
Yeah, exactly. And so it was like that. So I played in vinyl also, and I had this collection. But I was always so stressful to play in the vinyl because just it's so sensitive.
Yeah.
But actually, to play it at home, it could be kind of meditation.
Yeah. So how did you? So you started DJing? Did you practice at home, or how did you get to the level that you were like? Because you got the residency for yourself at a certain point. So
It's how I had a friend. I asked her. It's like really popular DJ in Ukraine.
Is it Annalie?
Annalie,
Yeah,
yeah. She suggested me to just like to find the club for residency, and I found the guy. And like I just came to him and say, just can you teach me? And he say, yeah, we can do this.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. And I remember every like 2 days, I've been in a club before, because this kind of club working 24/7. It's like bar club, something like that ish.
Was that Forsage?
No, it's
that
not
was later.
Forsage. It's something different. And you should play house music. I remember it's also R&B set. You need to play R&B set in the middle of the night, and I just like till I think 8 or 9, I have time to practice. And he just like he showed me how to do this, and he went to the bar and say like, do your shit. So sorry for this.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Don't worry.
And it's kind of step by step. I'm start practice, and after that, the owner of the club he invited me to do residency, and it was like from 9 till 6. And you need to do this.
9-hour sets.
Yeah, so you just like firstly I share a time with a co-partner of nights, but then I remember I did like a whole night by myself, and I don't know. I mean, I can now imagine how I did it.
Yeah. I had the same. Like I was resident at 2 clubs also, and you would play the whole night, and it was normal.
Yeah, exactly.
And now people are like, "Oh, you do marathon sets. How do you do it?" I'm like, you just do it. That's it. Yeah. It's like a job. It's like
exactly. And so then I stopped doing.
But you were playing hip hop. You were playing anything.
No, not hip hop. But just like
dance music.
It was a house, mostly house music, like Steve, like Ingrosso, like Steve Angelo. I don't know, something like that, like groovy, funky, housey music. And then you need to play 1 hour, I think, of R&B, and I'm just like, and it was a fun.
How are you taking the knowledge that you've learned there? Because that's where you learn how to read a crowd, I guess. Are you still taking along the knowledge that you build over there and what you're doing right now?
Yeah, it's really great and huge experience to read people, and it's helped me after that.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Okay, now we get into the territory that you are DJing. Now this was also the first date that I could find of you online, where I saw first of course you were DJ Ira. You did a compilation CD together with Ann Lee.
Yeah, exactly.
Called DJ Battle.
Yeah, it was different.
It's like a back-to-back.
Yeah,
CD
back-to-back,
set.
different. Yeah, it was like a huge history of this series of DJ battles. Like a lot of DJs did it, and people loved that. And we did with Anna Lee. She invited me. Thanks for that. And we did it. It was also like period of the time.
Yeah, and from that moment you were, I guess, DJing a lot. And then you got to the point that you started making music as well. That was not until when? Because your first release was, like I said, was part of the Smart Apes. But the first time that you see your name pop up on a production is the remix that you did for Smart Apes.
Oh my God, tell me.
Thunderbird, 2011.
Yeah.
So before that time, between, let's say, the 2008 that you did the CD with DJ Battle, you were DJing and you started making music, or
pure DJ career, and then it's like step by step. I'm getting to this production world, but I don't remember even when I first released my personal like my track, like I don't even remember. Maybe you will tell me.
Yeah, let's see if I can refresh your memory with some tracks, and maybe you can tell a little bit about it if you still remember it, because it's a long list. You've released a lot of music in your career already so far. So I didn't write down everything, but I wrote down the ones that stood out for me, or to have something to it, I guess. Like I said, in 2011, you did the Ira remix of Smart Apes, Thunderbird.
Oh, wow.
But the year after was a monumental moment already, straight away, because I already said this on the radio as well. You created one of the biggest classics ever played on this radio show, by a milestone, because this was number 3 in the State of Trance Top 20 in 2012. The Fusion together with Omnia.
Yeah. yeah. It's
So share with us, how did that collaboration come about? How did the fusion come to life?
I remember that moment when we met with
Yevgeny.
Evgeny, and we had a kind of time together in his place in Donetsk before, and we just sharing ideas, and he showed me this like a glitchy moment, and I say, mate, this is insane. This is something that we definitely should do together because it's so different.
It was different of everything.
Yeah, so different, and then we received this fusion, and we actually didn't expect nothing, just like at all. So it's happened when you really don't expect anything, and something like a click moment, and Armin support this track, Marcus should support this track, and I think the main point and the main things about this track that is kind of really different, and this track appeared in the moment when some people waiting for something different, and that's why I think this fusion has this, I don't know, just like success or
I remember hearing it for the first time still.
Really?
Because
share with me, please.
Because I was still A&R also here at Armada back in the days together with Sander Bauma, and he was always handling everything for the Cold Harbor recordings for Marcus, and I think they were working on a compilation, and this track came in, and everybody was like, what the hell is this? Because it was so different what you're saying, but there was so much cool stuff going on. It was like it didn't make sense. Like dung, 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 like, and then the vocal chops and the melody, it was perfect.
Yeah, and actually I remember we were so happy that we signed on Cold Harbor, and just like for us it was like big point. But after that we didn't even realize what happened after. And I remember actually in the first show, Armin present me like a vocalist, and I had a lot of joke of my friends now, like, I think it was from the time when just like not so much, not so many, it was not so many girls in the industry, and that's
very
why,
true. Yeah. Luckily, that has changed.
Yeah, and I have now, until now, I had a lot of joke from my close friends that I'm a favorite vocalist of Armin van Buuren.
You already got an email from Armin's team like, hey, do you want to do the vocals on this track?
Yeah. Actually, it's only this type of vocal I can do, It's my just like glitchy.
It's a glitch and reverb. Okay, did that track change a lot for you? Like how people are looking at you as an artist?
I think no. I mean, no. Just for me, I wasn't ready for this moment. Like Zhenya, he was in the moment. He like literally ready for this success.
Yeah. It was his breakthrough track.
Yeah. And he did before like brilliant remixes and the tracks, and that was super new and just. I think it was not right moment for myself.
Too early, or
yeah. I just and for me it changed like good experience, but it doesn't change my career at all. And after that, like it wasn't like after a few years I was busy with my actual work and thinking what to do, and then I quit and decided to dedicate my life to do music.
Yeah.
And it was a moment when I changed to 8Ks.
Yeah. So we get to that. We have a lot to go through. But, yeah. Does a track like The Fusion, as an up and coming artist as you were at that point, does it put extra pressure on you to create like a follow up or to create something that's similar to it, or?
Yeah, exactly. I think the people expectation, you always have this during your career, then you have a banger and expectation so high. And you also put this expectation and the pressure on yourself because you want to do better. and more interesting. And it could be really, really wrong decision to even overthink about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's kind of pressure, but it's life. I kind of think that everything has happened. Most of the things, it's happened for good experience and the reason. And if you're not ready for something, it's not coming for you.
Yeah. But at least you had the experience back in the days already of creating such a massive anthem that people resonated with so much. Okay. Let's leave.
I'm super happy to be. I'm blessed to have this track, and
I was actually looking up yesterday because on Spotify there's same on Beatport. There are like 1 million different uploads with diffusion. But
true.
even like this was a let's call it a pre-Spotify track, and it has more than 10 million streams. That's crazy, isn't it? For a track that's 13 years old.
I didn't even check actually.
Yeah,
it's a lot of things. Today you clarify for myself. But it's cool. It's cool. I'm no, definitely. Just like it's my past. It's just like it's also how you told me. It's part of me.
Yeah. But it's a previous chapter.
Yeah, the previous chapter. I'm not looking back a lot, Just I'm really grateful, but I'm so focused on the future and the moment right now.
Yeah.
So it's actually really nice to have this conversation today. And, and you remind all these points.
Bring back some because we'll jump along. The next track was also in 2012. This was actually the first single, Calypso. The track signed on Fraction Records. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, the guys from Signal Runners were behind that label. Andrew Bayer and Ellen Nimmo back in the days. So that was the first single that you did?
Yeah. But I remember name. I remember how I did the track. And where I did this track. But I don't remember even label, sorry. What was the
Fraction Records. Yeah.
No, don't remember. But then I remember that after that it was
Magnum. Okay. Magnum on Free Grant and Elusive together with Max Free Grant.
Yeah.
So that was the year later.
Because after that I thought that it was start working with Adrian and Rod's label.
That's in 2013. Yes.
Oh wow.
So you worked with Res Nitzen, of course. Amazing writer.
Yeah.
Has some amazing vocalists as well. You did the first one was with Sarah Russell, Constant Invasions. And the year after you did with Anna Criado.
Oh yeah.
Help Me Find. And Better in Time with Paulina Dubash.
Yeah.
Yes. And those were the tracks that you did with Res Nitzen in that time. Tell us a little bit more about the collaboration with Res. How did that work?
I mean, he's amazing writer. He like part of this trance history already.
Oh yeah.
He just like I think he
wrote so many hits.
Yeah, really important part. He created a lot of. I don't want to say bangers. They create a lot of art, and. So it was super nice, and I remember Anna Criada. She's amazing. It was a dream to work with her, and actually, it was nice because I met her then in Kyiv. We invited her to Forsage, and we did a kind of a party at Forsage with a trance artist, progressive house music artist. And I remember we had this experience and it was amazing,
That's amazing. That's cool to hear. Now we get to 2014. That's the first time when 8Ks comes into the scene.
So 10 years.
11 years. Because the first release that you did, because everything before was around, let's say 128, 130 BPM, something like that. And suddenly you came with 8Ks on Intricate with an EP. Coffee Mambo on 120 BPM and Feels Good in 124 BPM. And those were like deep, groovy, cool house tunes. So on one side you were working on vocal trance records and suddenly 8Ks is there.
Yeah.
Tell us, why did you come up with a new alias, first of all?
I think it's like what the moment was super tight about everything that I did and what I hear in the industry. And the trance music, I felt that's it's not the place that I want to be anymore. and I just like was really inspired with all this deep house, progressive music, like new wave, and I decided to just change everything from the scratch. You know, when you feel this moment when you just need, because
You need to change your life.
yeah, because people ask me just like, why you changed your name? Because you had this fusion, you had like followers, you just like start from the scratch. I didn't start from the scratch because I had experience like I did before, but I didn't know nothing, about this kind of music. So I just start like explore and just like I do more music in this experimental stuff for me.
Outside of your comfort zone, obviously. But you were already doing some DJ sets here and there.
Yeah,
In the slow pace.
So I kind of consume this music that I also hear around, and I remember in IMS first time, and I hear this Solomon set in Daltville.
You're like, wow.
And I'm just like, yeah, it's like for
me.
For every artist, it's like a moment when you need find a new inspiration. And I think this is like was a moment when I just like, okay, I really enjoyed it. And it also was a moment was like a lot of, just like a music just going from the club, they go into this like small dark clubs or just like to the bars, just like people just slowly dancing, and I kind of find this interesting. But also it was a point when I wanted to experiment with different genres. And I think if I have this freedom, maybe I'll find myself. And
going back to the but also going back to the roots when you started DJing, that you had your sets were so versatile. So you're taking that along in your.
No, I didn't play the music like that. It was a more funky, groovy, housey music. Yeah. So it was like a deep house, progressive music. So for me, it was the new experience.
Okay.
So I of course listened to this kind of music before, but to doing this and to work with this music, it was
new.
Yeah, pretty new, and it was cool.
Yeah, it was very cool because, like I said, I was listening to a lot of the older stuff of you yesterday. In 2014, I to be honest, I never heard that track before, but I was vibing to it yesterday. A remix that you did for Anti-Orchids.
Oh yeah.
The production in there is so cool. They had like weird glitchy stuff, and it was just a cool record.
Thank you so much. Man.
Do you still remember making that? Because that was kind of even quirkier or cooler than what you did as first 8K's release.
Yeah.
Is that like evolution of your sound, or?
I just remember that I quit from my job, and I had a lot of time to work with music, and I just started experiment, and just like I decided, just like if I decided to do something from the scratch, I will do it properly. And also in this time, I weren't under pressure to do something specific. You're just doing something, and of course, expect maybe you will find people who will like this.
Yeah.
So I just remember I received the stamps and I did a track. I mean, just like a not special story about that. Just did it, and it was a period where I really enjoyed to work. Just like every day you feel like you go to a table with your computer like a Christmas tree, with these feelings.
I love that. Now I just wanted to point it out because I thought it was one of the coolest tracks that I heard. It's like so look it up. Anti-Orchids, the 8K's remix, really cool. When next, it's a shame that she left already because she had a writing session. Because one thing what I saw is that. Diana Miro.
Oh yeah.
One of my favorite vocalists by far, and also writers and performers and musicians and producers. She's from a different level.
She's amazing.
When I looked at your Facebook page and your YouTube page, I saw a lot of Diana Miro, but also back in 2014. It seems that you have like a very long connection with each other already.
No, now we have a long connection.
Yeah.
Now we're like besties, and not like we're besties.
Yeah.
So no, it's kind of I played in a global gathering in Kiev, and she hosts some podcasts for TV.
Okay.
And she just like interviewing or
she was interviewing people. Okay.
people and the DJ, you know, and how we met. I think this is interview, luckily for me, never happened. I mean, just like on the TV, because I think like a lot of DJs in the end of the event, you kind of drunk and
full of adrenaline.
Yeah, full of adrenaline. Yeah, and after that, she told me I'm a vocalist, and maybe we just try to work together, and just like yes. And how we start to communicate, and I remember that first track that we did, Kite, I must say.
Yeah.
This one I remember, Kite. It's actually, this track was after impression of that Wilda Salomon track. And I did the first sketch in a plane to Kiev from Ibiza. And I remember I did some arrangement and sent it to Diana, and she did this like kind of atmospheric vocal and the lyric. Till now, I'm really not ashamed of this track.
No shame.
No shame, yeah. You know, because we spoke about, you know.
Yeah. Like with the old productions. When I listen to my old productions, I'm so cringy. Like, this is terrible.
Everyone has this. It's experience.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is.
Yeah.
So I had to bring her up, but we'll get more to Diana later, because actually a few thumbnails of videos have Diana Miro, and those were videos from 2014. So I didn't know her back in the days, obviously, and I was like, wait a minute. That's Diana, so that's really funny.
I know the girl, yeah.
Yeah, and then you saw like some sets that you posted online. I saw her in the background. I think she was dancing.
Yeah,
that's really cool. Really nice to see, because she's a cool person. Now, in 2015, I would say the first time that the trance scene embraced the 8K sound a little bit, when you did a remix for Armin's brother, Elle van Buren, for Baggabones.
Oh yeah, Azote.
Which ended up on the Cosmic Gates compilation.
Yeah.
Tell us about that one, because that's a remix for Azote and Baggabones.
Yeah, I mean, I remember that Yura Azote, he showed me this original, and I really like this guitar, and I thought it will be cool to use it in this deep house directions that I'm doing now, and thanks Yura, he gave me this opportunity. I did it, and it was actually really nice melodic Balearic.
It's
track.
like an ultimate Ibiza, sitting on the beach, kind of vibe, 100%. There's so much to go through, but we'll get to let's see. In 2016, you released an album or EP, The Sound of 8Ks on Intricate, which is a sort of best of 8Ks, which also included Cloud 9 with Diana Miro, and also Kite, of course.
Yeah.
2016, you had a release on Clinic, like a more funky house track, Beats of Love. So then you were steering away from the more progressive stuff and more into house again. Correct me if I'm wrong. And in 2016 also, that was the last time I kind of saw like a trancey kind of set or in such. That was like the last time that era was kind of there.
I mean, I think I played a few times like Ira after that for it.
But the main focus was of course on 8K.
Yeah. And I think because we had this like histories for Sash to do in a party, and I remember even like we did last parties was that I did, and with the Forsage it was like in more progressive housey style, and I remember also we did it with Miss Monique, and just like also something that we did together, because I think this time she played also more progressive house. So I remember we invite like Gabriel and Dresden, I don't remember who, just was a bunch of artists that we invited in this genre, and but it's probably, I don't really remember now, but probably it was.
I'm trying to refresh your memory.
Yeah.
Because in 2017 you had your last era release, Spacebox on Unique Sense, which was followed by the start of your own record label, It Music. Right?
No, I think it was like someone suggested me to put like I represent 8Ks, and maybe in this case it was my last IRA, but I think it's just it was a case.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Not sure.
Okay.
So deep.
There you go. You correct
So
me.
deep, Ruben.
Yeah. You started 8 Music with the first release, Type Machine. That was but that was 2007. What happened to it? Because you stopped in 2021, I think.
Yeah, I mean, just like.
First of all, why did you want to start a record label?
Okay, it was the period of time when you want to have a platform for your own music.
Yeah.
And to release somewhere, because to be honest, like it's some people can't tell that people will open the labels when no one taking this music.
Yeah.
It could be kind of true, but it's also mean that maybe you just want to be different, and if you believe in pushing, it doesn't mean you shouldn't release your music, but also when you release music on your own label, you kind of know what to do with that.
Yeah.
But of course, it was the first experience, and it didn't went like super well, but it was also huge experience to do this. And
what did you learn out of it mostly? Like, was it more the business side of music, or was it just the promotion?
It also was like just also technical algorithm, how it's usually happening, like just like literally how people do that.
Yeah. How do people release music?
Yeah. And also it's kind of, you start to communicate with different artists. It's interesting. You learn more like from the scratch.
Yeah, because at first you only release your own music, but then other artists came also in.
Yeah, you're asking someone for a mix, you're just living in another fairy tale, just like far from business, wise, and you just like decided to do in a label. This was 8 Music, just like decision of pure
curiosity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Is it something that you're gonna bring back in the future, or this is a chapter that's past?
Past.
Yeah, no more.
No. I wanted
never
to
say never, but yeah.
You mean to open a label?
Yeah.
No. Just actually, we close this chapter when I did it with 8 Music. But to be honest, I have planned to open this year new label, also for my music, because I think I feel enough energy team for that, like people who really know to do.
Yeah.
And also I have so many talented friends and new artists around.
I can imagine that you receive a lot of demos.
Yeah. And it's something that also I wanted to do, but I just waiting for the right track to start this label. And at least that you need to have a few cool releases. And I'm still thinking, because a lot of the work you want to release also in a different labels.
Yeah.
And for your label, you're just like trying to find something special, but it's like not your priority. But now it's my priority.
So that's the next chapter.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. That's really cool to hear. There's one more track that I have to bring out from 2017, because first of all, the name, I love it, Lazy Cats. And secondly, that's a slammer of a track.
Laser
Cats.
Laser Cats, I think.
Yeah. Do you still play it sometimes, or
no.
is it one of the tracks that you forgot? Because you have to check it again. Because
I forgot, but I remember.
Amazing acid in there. It's like pumping dance floor stuff.
Yeah. I remember it's Laser Cat, because it was this sound like pew, 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 pew. And I just like trying. I remember why I think I called this track, because I'm always struggling how to name tracks you saw today.
Yeah,
just
DC.
like DC1 version, or the like extended version. And I think I put it in on Google. Something with a laser, and I saw this meme. If you remember, cat with
the
laser.
That's
why.
It's a banger.
Thank you.
Listen to it. 8K's Lazy Cats, really cool track. And also the year after, suddenly you came with a slamming techno track, Autobahn 32, like an angry German techno track on 130 BPM.
I mean, just like it's also time was an experiment with the progressive groovy music and the techno vibes. So it's long journey when I'm trying to find myself.
Is that also like that you try to challenge yourself into making new sounds or experiment what's big on the dance floors and incorporate it into your sets?
Yeah, exactly. Just like I'm just trying to find the right direction for myself that I feel like happy.
That's awesome. 2019 brings in another track with Diana Mira. Here she is again. 2019 Inside.
Inside.
Which means that there was a hiatus of 3 years, and the one after was 2021, which means it's about time. Another track with Diana Mira. It's about time to do it, I think.
Yeah.
No pressure.
I think no. Just like we spoke about that. It's like it's.
But she's also very busy. You are very busy.
No, I kind of already defined like right top line for doing this.
Okay.
It's all about me. Sorry, Diana. Just like I need to finalize it. Maybe we will have time this today or maybe tomorrow to just like to do something.
Do it,
together.
please. 2019, a big moment because you signed a record to the label of A Shade to Blaufield.
Yeah. This was a point.
Rainbow.
Yeah. Of course, before, about a few words about Inside, it was like also a point for me to release music in Jerome is my label because I have full of respect to this guy. And after that, I remember I sent like a bunch of the track to Blaufield, and I didn't receive answer for months.
Mm-hmm.
And then I received mail from Arnaud, and he just curious, and he asked a lot of questions about.
You're like, wait, what's happening?
Just like I'm literally did the photo. Just I want to show that it's really me. I'm doing this music, and for me it was like really interesting. Why? Just like a lot of questions. I did photo in my studio. Just like it's me.
Yeah.
And after that we met in Amsterdam Dancewet with guys from A Shade, and we had a good conversation. And they start release my music. I played a lot Rainbow, and it was a click moment, I think, for Case finally.
So I'm very curious because what I hear from a lot of up and coming producers, I would say, is that they don't have the patience for record labels to get back or artists to get back. How did you survive your patience to wait for months to not send this track to other labels and just wait out for it? Or were you already pitching it to other labels as well?
I did.
You did?
I did, yeah. I did, but I did like not the Rainbow with like few another tracks. So when Arnaud texted me, I just honestly told him, just sorry, I just signed a few tracks. Mm-hmm. But I think I keep something for Blaufield for months. I had actually in this period of time, I met the guys from my team now.
Mm-hmm.
And they told me really nice, advices just about the patient and everything. And they just describe to me the usual day of the artist, like a busy artist. So I kind of understood that you need to wait if you want, because artists, they are mostly busy. Also, if they have a big team, probably you will receive the answer soon. But just like most of the artists, they're not sitting and waiting for your email,
No.
They just started to check music on Friday or, I don't know, Thursday on the way. And if it's label managers, they usually listen to the music like in a 3-click.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
3 clicks, you're out. Yeah.
Yeah. And you just need to be paid, like to wait.
Yeah.
You have this patience inside. That's kind of true.
Now you are in the position that you are A Shade and you have younger 8Ks sending music to them. How do you deal with that? How do you deal with the demos that are being sent to you? Do you also reply straight away, or do you?
No. I'm actually I'm pretty bad in this.
Yeah,
I'm horrible.
So now you understand them better.
Yeah, I'm super horrible in that. I mean, some people who know me well, they know that I'm answering really slowly, and I'm I don't really into social media sometimes. So I'm kind of doing that, but I don't really chatting with all the people.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to do my best and trying to make a schedule. So yeah, sometimes I asking people when I have time and I know I will go to the specific show. I'm asking people on Instagram to send music to. I actually using this new platform for that. It's really nice. I don't remember
What is
the
it called? Oh, you don't know.
of course, I don't know, like something with a T, just like really, actually, really cool platform, I must say.
It's a platform where people can send you music.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like they upload the music here, and you can give it directly feedback, and it looks like just a platform that you can listen to the
That's
track,
so cool. Yeah.
and also you can check if they are. I think they are filled up the form because I never did it by myself.
Yeah.
But they fill up form, and you can see social media of this person. If sometimes if you like track, you wanna see this person.
Yeah. In what kind of world do that person? Yeah,
this boy or girl, just like you're curious about the personality, and it's really good for that. So you can see everything, and so I know that I will listen to like all these tracks next, for example, day, and of course I can't answer for everyone, but
you try.
I try to do for some people, but. Also, I must say, like people who really push you, to send, in the Instagram, like 10,
That's such a turn off. For
10,
me.
yeah, it's really turn off, just like I'm more about people who texting you kind of maybe story, and after the story track, or really simple for me, hi, it's my track, just like link.
That's it.
It's actually also good because from my experience, I don't like to read the about artist profile, just like I like to listen to music. But it's also cool if I met this guy or girl somewhere and I don't remember and if he or she texts me just like, hey, we just met there and we saw each other here, so it reminds me to
you're like, oh, I remember that person. I have to check it.
Yeah. So
because you have a personal connection with that person.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Personal connection is always good.
That makes a lot of sense, to be honest. I'm skipping a few releases because you have so many of them.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna pick a few here and there because obviously there was more music with on Blaufield, Waiting in the Dark, Rolling in Berlin. Yeah. In 2020, you released on one of the coolest labels on the planet, Renaissance Music, with an EP over there, and also an EP on Syncopat. So what blew my mind into just these 3 sentences, and following also because there's another EP on Odd One Out in 2021, is the amount of tracks that you release in those 2 years. It's insane.
Yeah.
I miss this. Do you still remember those days that you were so productive and releasing so?
Yeah, I'm pretty.
What was your mindset that you could create so much back in those days?
I did even more because not all the music
gets released.
Released. So I really, I remember this time pretty well because it was a magical moment when I work in the studio. I start working in some studio in Kiev, like sound engineer and. Like co-producer, ghost producer, and I had a lot of time at night, especially to work, and it was a magical time when you just like open for myself melodic techno stage and this really weird old time of Afterlife,
the
music.
Cool sound designs,
and I'm just like wow, and it was another point for me when I remember when I just told myself, wow. So I spent a lot of time at studio, like working, learning, because I love to just like watch some tutorials, just, scrolling, plugin boutique, this kind of shopping. I love
I need this EQ. I need it. I have 20 already, but I need it.
I need it like a...
This compressor?
One day, and you just like... Then after 5 years, I have this.
I have to be honest with you. So on my laptop right now, you can see it because the screen is off. Yeah. I have 3 tabs open of plugins that I bought that I still have to install, but I forget about it. So I leave those tabs open because I bought them, but I haven't installed. So it's so bad. It's so bad. You probably recognize this.
Yeah. We need a kind of, I think, support for these people, buying plugins, especially on the Black Friday,
Yes. Imagine those plugins are from Black Friday. We are in April right now, so imagine how long I didn't install them. It is what it is.
Yes.
A big change in your career, I would say, correct me if I'm wrong, must have been the release of Morning After the Rave on Afterlife. Because this was when Afterlife was absolutely exploding. And I have received so many messages from people. Do you have contacts of the guys of Anima? How can we send demos? I even talked with Colijn here as well. He also said that it's so hard to get something signed to Afterlife because what you just told about Bukashade, that's probably a million times worse with the guys from Afterlife. That you send something and you don't get reaction on this. Do you still remember signing, or first of all, making Morning After the Rave and then signing it to Afterlife?
Yeah, it's a story to send the music to Telefas. It starts like way before. I also did some production for some project, and I kind of that I find out also like Telefas. And it was a funny story because I like helped some people to make music, and Telefas played their music, but never mine.
Okay.
And I'm just saying myself.
So it was something that you created?
I mean, like, okay, to get challenge.
You're onto something. Yeah.
And and I start to send music to Carmine. And I remember this time when you're just checking every little story on Instagram to see
if they played it.
Yeah, because it was time when they play a lot of IDs, just like a lot, and the people filming everything, and just like when you go into the page of the person who was in the party, but you just like no clue who is this person.
So just a like, random person in the crowd.
Yeah. And they asked to send me these videos because it was the time when Instagram starts super effectively cool for just like to put the music, and it's like the one video that Telefas playing your track, it could be like a change your career.
Yeah, it could blow up your profile, and
and I just like they played time to time my tracks after that. Like I remember just like few track they played, and after that I finally met the guys in Odessa, and finally we had this like personal conversation. After that, they invite me to Princourse. Actually, it was a party where they are present.
They premiered the
premiere of Anima in Prague. It was there. I remember it was so stressful and to play there.
Yeah,
and in that time I work in Kharkiv, in studio in Kharkiv, and I had I remember I have always nighttime to do music for myself, and I just also experiment. And I remember Morning After the Rave, I did with the idea, this feeling when you go in after the club or event, and you feel this sun, and feeling that you're full inside of the music. And especially after COVID, it was like after COVID time.
The world was open.
Yeah. And I really wanted to feel these feelings again. And that's why I just write some words. Before it was like super popular to put some words, and I put some words to this. It also time without AI. It was like just like online, really bad.
Yeah, you would type it in and then you would hope it will be okay.
Yeah, that's like you use something like you hoping this speech will be okay, Yeah. So this speech literally from one of the worst, I think, voice generator.
Yeah.
So I did this, and I sent it to Carmine. Carmine didn't play, but after Princourse, I had the personal contact of Matteo. So I sent to Matteo. They played in the Vacants in the festival, and it's actually happened when I've been in, I think in Berlin already. And he said it's top notch, all good. We will release this track, and I can't believe. And it was like a moment for me, a change moment, and
Yeah, after that you played several Afterlife events.
Yeah. After that, it was off week, I think, like few another gigs, and it was like finally I met the whole team, and it's just Afterlife journey start for me.
That's amazing. You probably had some really cool stories of what happened on tour with them, or how the parties are, or not too
Everything
much.
stays on the backstage. Stays on the
Ah,
backstage.
no one is listening. What is something, literally one story that you can tell that is something that you can share, and doesn't have to be raunchy or whatever. It's just maybe a cool thing that happened somewhere.
I don't know. Every time, when you, it's like with the liners, if you ask me to tell a story, just like all story is gone, from my head.
No, that's not true.
I mean, with the Afterlife, I remember just like what's amazing actually gig. It's not like a fun story, but it's amazing. Amazing story. Actually, it reminds me. I've been in Medellin a week ago, and my first gig and ever show in Medellin was with Afterlife, and it's really insane location. You see these mountains, hills with
it's beautiful.
With the lights, and the underground, or like a train, is going super insane high.
Yeah.
So you just like when you plane and you saw the train going like up on above you, and it's really looks like futuristic, like from this movie, Blade Runner.
Yeah.
This is really insane. This moment, you have this live organic decoration of everything, and what else? Just like also. Brazil, Argentina, it's always insane. Like people, it's like also something with the trance community. People super around this music. But to be honest, like Afterlife, it's not about the Telefast. I thought about it. It's more than Telefast. Afterlife, it's like a part of the culture, and it's also.
It's bigger than artists.
Circle of the artists who brought this style and the music year by year to the scene. So Afterlife, they found a lot of beautiful, amazing artists like Colin, like Inelia, and like a lot. Cast.
Yeah,
it's
that's
amazing.
true.
Yeah, New York and. It's still happening,
you're gonna play this festival in June.
I think in June in off week in Barcelona too. I'm happy to come back.
Amazing! I always see the videos on your social media. These stages are so big.
Oh yeah,
it's insane. I'm like, you go, girl. I'm super proud to see you on there, rocking the stage over there. That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, I remember when I start playing with the warm ups on an Afterlife, and I've always met all this crew, like production team, huge production team, and I love them so much. They're such nice guys, and they always take care about me, because I'm the first and the girl, and they always bring me this step because I'm super short and I'm in this step. And some people bring this step, and I'm called this 1 minute of shame. Just like I need it.
I need it. Otherwise, people won't see you.
yeah, exactly. So it's actually amazing journey, and every time playing with Afterlife, it's a kind of cool experience to share in the music with audience that it's also really into.
And most of the times, when you see those videos of Afterlife on or any other events, you see a lot of telephones.
Oh yeah.
But is that something that is just something that you see on social media all the time? It's not as bad as you are at the party, or how do you see that? Because as a DJ, it must be really weird to see a lot of phones all the time. It's not necessarily only Afterlife; it's a lot of parties in general.
I actually wanted to say it's all about all music. I think you can see during your sets a lot of phones. Like this topic, I think around this topic we saw a lot of argue debates. It just exists, people. They have phones,
I think my opinion is if people are there to have a good time, if they have a good time watching through their phones, just let them.
Yeah, I mean,
doesn't bother me.
I mean, if they want to film something to share, it's okay. I mean, just like it's their choice. I mean, it's a question I think for clubbers. You want to dance, or you want to film, or you want to film and dance, or I don't know. What do you prefer more? And of course, like more of industry, it's also they involve some people who want to be on the, you know, on the backstage or something,
Yeah.
and make just like a stories for just to be popular in social media. It's a part of industry. You can't ignore this. You just like
Yeah, it is what it is.
I arrived from Argentina, just like they are not really using phones, and it's cool,
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true, actually.
Yeah.
Now, you just mentioned them already because I remember hearing this one for the first time also. Because I think it was in the beginning time that In Flight became popular, the promo system. And the promo came in of your remix of Woo York.
Oh, yeah.
My God. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I remember hearing that breakdown for the first time. I was like, shit, this is special.
Oh, I'm so actually happy to hear feedback from you.
Yeah, because it was a quirky, but it's a dance floor stormer. So I was like, okay, this is something totally different than from the stuff that you did before. Also, I'd say.
Yeah. Actually, I really love the We Are the friends of mine now. But before we are from Ukraine, but we had an experience to catch up or speak. And when I received offer from Watergate to make a remix, I was super happy because I'm full of respect also to these guys. I love their album in Afterlife.
Yeah.
But it was a different track than they did before. So I decided just like to do it my own way. And I remember also Dennis from New York here asked me, could you put just like things, noise and synthesizer from Morning After the Rain? And I said, okay, like sub 37 here. And that's just like also you can feel influence of Morning After the Rain in this remix.
Yeah. I've especially the lead. I played it in my longer set as well. It's a really, really nice one. After that, you had a release back on Afterlife, Basic with Brave. And after that, in 2024, you're back on Watergate with an EP with Lyra Falling Down, which you also played in your guest mix, the Colline and Besreda remix. And now we get to 2024 because when I look at your Beatport profile, this is the track that's still your number one track until now. And I know that this is a special track to you that you create together with Delia de France on digital, Human Nature. You even have it tattooed on your arm.
Yeah, exactly.
How special is that tune? And tell us a little bit more about it, that it became so special that you tattooed it on your arm, even, the title.
I tattooed it in my arm because I had a kind of challenge. Let's do a tattoo,
Yeah, you lost the bet.
in my
That's it. I thought it was like an awesome story.
No. Of course, I thought I just like I thought what I wanted to do, and I have. It's true. I have connection with this track.
Yeah,
because I'm a big fan of Delia music, and I love her track Home and her album like. I think I don't remember the name, but she's an amazing artist. She just not only she's not only doing lyrics, she's not only singing. She's like she loves art.
She's an instrument,
Yeah, and if you look at her the music, the videos, she like
super cool.
She is the part of this art.
Yeah.
She's self art, and I really love to work with people like that. And it was like super. I met her. At the Berlin studio, and we just decided to work together. And when she did these lyrics, I'm kind of I love her, melancholic voice, and also she did really deep meaning lyrics about the human nature. That in the end, we are humans after all. We always want more. But it also could be part of us. So like for me, human nature, it's like you can accept dark side of yourself, not like nice part of yourself too. And also you have like, of course, the good, nicer part of yourself. And you can be something like only one. You always, the balance, and it's better to be, of course, the good person, the better person of yourself. But we all know that we have also the dark side, and it's okay. I mean, it could be okay, you know.
So human nature is about embracing that you are good, but also sometimes not so good.
No, it's about like accept yourself from the both sides and try to do the better version of yourself, because we all have, you know, just like feeling of love, feeling of, you know, being depressed, blue, I don't know, happiness, but it's all different shades of our personality, and it's our human nature.
That's deep. That's cool though. I like that.
Yeah, and that's why I really enjoy, and I think it like human nature should be the part of something bigger for me in the future. And
so we come back to the label story or brand.
could be
the brand,
but,
you know.
Yeah, I can't talk about.
Is that a yeah? Okay, go for it.
No, I can't. I just like can't. But it's like it could be part of something bigger than. So yeah, I'm super happy to work with Adelia, and she also a really nice person to work in the studio.
Amazing.
Yeah,
I love that, and especially when a song becomes so important to you and the message behind it, that it becomes almost like a brand to yourself, and that it becomes so how do you say it? Deep to yourself, also that it's something that you remind yourself about your good and bad sides, and just accepting that you're human, that you're not always, you can't always be the nice person. Sometimes you have like a grumpy day as well, and you just have to accept it. I love that. It's a great story.
Yeah,
thank you for that.
You catch the idea. Thank you.
yeah. After that, and this is a really, really cool EP that you did in 2024 as well. Again, an EP. Again, a lot of music on Interstellar. That's the label with Insomniac, of course, the brand of the deeper melodic stuff. And I especially love the TT Ecstasy song that you also played in your set. Did they approach you like, hey, we love your music so much, can you make some songs for us? Or was it music that you created for them especially? Or how does it work when you create an EP? You're like, okay, different label, new label, here we go. What happens?
Okay, I think for me, I think it's really obvious information, but I think maybe some people don't know about that. You have a bunch of the music, and then you start to, you have points. I want to release here, that, or whatever, and you send in music, and the labels usually they pick some track that they like.
So you send them a playlist with more songs, or
yeah. I think it's like I sent like even I think more, but we decided to just start with EP. And of course, label manager always choosing something for that he feel for this label will work in the future. So the Magma and Viking, it's like two track that they choose for Interstellar, and this is how it happens.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
How do you come up with
professional team? Really enjoy.
Yeah, but I because you release on so many cool labels. Do they ever get upset that you didn't send tracks to them? That they're like, hey, this is a cool track. We would have loved to release this. Why did you send it to them?
No, I had a few times just like when you have a track you send to artists, and then they came back to you, someone earlier, someone later, and in this point you just start to excusing yourself. Just sorry, I already signed, you know, just like, and but no, the label always just want the music and just like please send the music, and that's it. It depends, or just depends what's your plan for your artist career. I remember last year, like because 2023 I didn't release much. I really just remixed for Buka Shade, like classic, and
basic.
We York and the basic and Afterlife. It was my actually plan to I don't want to like release a lot of music, and then I decided this year I want to release more and try a different label to receive this experience, because industry changed a lot, and I wanted to see how it's going. You know, sometimes you just need to release music, and you never know, maybe this time it's not really successful, but people can find out this in the future. and maybe something happened.
Yeah.
So I'm always just only one thing that I'm always take care that I'm really sure that I want to release this track. It's not that like team pushing me that you should release this. If I'm not feeling the track, I don't want to release this.
Yeah. Do you still handle a lot of? Do you still experience rejection in your career?
Of course,
Yeah?
of course, yeah. I have. I think every artist at this moment. If you're not like a David Guetta, I don't know, just like because everyone I have get David Guetta,
Yeah.
and or Armin van Buuren, just of course because it's not kind of rejection. It's just some labels. They are. We should be true here, yeah. Some labels they just wanna numbers.
Yeah.
And
The A&R with data instead of with their ears.
Exactly. Yeah. Or it could be also true my music is not good enough for this label. It could be also true. It's normal. I mean, in this case, if you receive rejection, it doesn't mean that something goes wrong or your music bad. It's maybe could be sign that you need to work on this if you really wanted to release on this label, or you just need to go to another door.
Yeah.
Like
I find it super fascinating because this is one of the questions that I almost ask every single artist here, because I feel, and correct me if I'm wrong, that if you didn't know how to handle rejection, you would not be sitting here. Because I feel that most of the artists that are going through the pain and shame of becoming who they are, if you don't manage to put rejection in the right spot, then you would give up, I would say. Because you send a demo to an artist or a label, you get rejected, and then you're like, okay, I can't do it, I give up.
Yeah. I mean, I understand what you mean, but I think we all going through rejection all our life, not about the music.
Yeah.
If someone not choose you, like label person, whatever, it doesn't mean that you lost some value. For example, about labels, you should understand one things. If it's not a small independent underground label, it's like a big label. It's not only about the music. I mean, just like, of course, I believe that it's still a music, but not only about the music. But you should believe that some, our manager or the person who digging for a new selection of fresh demos.
Yeah,
maybe it will be catchy moment and it will be matched between you and this manager. It doesn't mean, but also it's a personal taste of one.
Yeah, that's true.
Of one person or group of person.
Yeah.
And it also doesn't mean that you are bad. Of course, even sometimes I have, it's questionable for me. Maybe I need to do more. And it's also a good point. Maybe you need to even do more or change something. Or maybe it's not a catchy idea because you can't do bangers all the time.
Yeah.
And just keep going. No. It's like my friend Max from my team is always say, no, keep going. Just no, keep going. You should be more even angry doing more, but not upset about that because it's life.
Yeah.
It's part of life. Rejection is part of life.
Yeah. Well, that's some wisdom there. No, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Now we get to the next part because we're almost there. We're in 2024. Don't worry, almost there.
I'm feeling like we need to do a Netflix,
podcast. I think we're already talking for more than an hour already. So this is crazy. Because I have to point this out because 2024 Waves was remixed by absolute legends John Deakin and Nick Muir, and then you did something in return. You remixed one of my favorite songs ever created, Bedrock Heaven Sent.
Yeah.
How did the relationship come about with John and Nick? And how did you come about remixing one of the biggest classic records ever created?
Oh, it's a good question.
Yes, finally.
No, it's really good, but it's like I'm really in. I mean, I love to. I had a really good experience to do this track, and also also have this memory and like music memory in my head with this track. So the firstly, I had my history with Bedrock starts with the remix for Quiver, and then we release Waves. That's a pretty like acid, sunfish.
Yeah, super cool record also.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was just like something that I'm also not ashamed,
Yeah.
And then they asked they prepared the compilation. They say we wanted to remix Waves, and I say maybe you will do this. And John answered me yes, and
You're
I was like
okay.
wow, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and after that, afterwards, it's after 1 month, I think he sent me this offer in Instagram. Maybe then you will remix my track. I haven't said. I'm just like sure.
You're like win.
Yeah, win. Yeah, and I'm just like it's one of my also favorite, and it's like really not super really correct banger, just like not so obvious without vocals, like few chops. It doesn't mean nothing, but it's like I really love the tracks when they have just only melody and it's already banger.
Yeah,
it's actually complicated to do.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that you didn't take the original riff. You took the melody and created your own.
Yeah.
So I think that was the coolest part, is that it's actually a remix, but it's also a dance floor.
Yeah,
dance floor
it's
bomb.
actually. Thank you. I'm actually. I receive also like some part of the hate about this remix, because like old generations, they say just like don't touch the classic, but I say I don't touch it. It's like it's happened, just like. And I remember I've been in a really big write block like for a few months, because I think that I want to do something else, and I can't just like make music. But then when I received these stems, I just did main idea for 2 days at home. And I thought with this sound that I have this like synth, I call this Deutsche Bahn synth, and because it's like a train.
Like yeah.
And for me, it's like, oh my god, it's so weird. I think John will not accept this, but I receive from both of them like, yeah, cool, let's go. That we really love that. And then I saw this John played it a lot. And I was like, wow. And finally, after all of these stories, I played in San Diego months ago, and I finally met John personally.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and he's such a, nice
I would be
guy.
so starstruck if I would meet these people. 100%, yeah.
yeah, exactly. And then we met in the airport, so it was a really nice conversation. And he's a really so humble and so legend person.
Awesome.
I'm really happy to be a part of this remix edition.
Amazing, that's cool. 2025 started with just one release so far, and the Time Warp with Oren, which is also, I would say, a more dance floor type tune as well. What else is coming up in the near future? I'm pretty sure I hope that you got over the writings block and that you're creating some new music again.
Yeah, actually now I'm good. I'm in the right place, and of course I'm really like I mentioned before. I hope we will finalize everything, and we will have few tracks on Armada this year, and also. I finalized a few tracks, but it's like slowly electronics music. Actually, first of the tracks that I start my sets, it was like super new one. I work on this track pretty long, but it's like finalized it like last I did 3 days ago.
Sometimes the puzzle pieces connected.
Yeah,
I guess that's also one of the things that people ask me also, like, how do you get out of a writings block? It just happens.
Yeah.
When the right track, for example, like Heaven Sent comes by, and suddenly you create something that pulls you right out of it.
Yeah. And it was actually a really funny story about this track. I can't announce it now, but it's like beautiful project with the vocalist, and vocal should be that's like it should belongs to another track. But something doesn't work, and then the guys from my team send me this vocal, and I say I'm in love with that.
And then suddenly, bah.
Yeah, and I just start to work because I really wanted to do something out of groovy, techno, melodic-ish stuff, and I wanted to create some song, and so I just tried to work with some percussion, with bass lines sounding close to the bass guitar, and then I did some horse, but I felt like I'm not a good piano player, and I went to next door in Riverside, work really amazing piano artist Gustav, and I asked him, could you help me with like?
He comes in 2 minutes later, pung 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 pung, done.
Yeah, and he just like helped me. He did one take. He played a lot. Just like a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's so amazing. And we decided to record like pure piano, nothing. Of course, I did a few layers after that with like normal VST piano, but like a main idea, it's like piano itself recorded on the microphone, and you can hear if you just listen,
you hear like a little
pure, yeah. You can listen every noise that's around this piano, but this is also amazing. So it's kind of really inspired me to do something like that. But also I played today another idea. It's like really punchy 131, like
The
hypnotic,
pumping,
but still melodic techno. And so just like I hope it will be just a little bit different direction this year.
Yeah.
And of course, I love to experiment with the trancey leads, trancey atmosphere music, and I wanted to bring it to my music.
Yeah. Well, please keep on doing that.
Thanks.
Before we're gonna stop because, like I said, we're almost 1.5 hours in.
No one listened to the end.
No one
when I
listened to
told
this.
you.
But
This person who will listen to the end, text me, please.
Yeah, because I actually have quite a few questions here. So let's try to go through these as soon as you can, as short as you can.
I will try to do my best.
Jan Polski official is want to know: is it real? You're doing a collab with Ira?
Yeah, it's. I met this guy in Kiev.
Okay.
From Kiev.
So yes. Okay.
Okay. That was the question. Sorry.
He said, "Is it real? You're doing a collab with Ira?" I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Maybe we will try to do something. Yeah.
Rich in LDN wants to know. I'm dying to know the name of the tune that you played in London on LDN on Saturday. The lyrics went initiating, stimulating.
Oh, this is actually a track I played today. And I think it will be the new track with the guy that I did before, Total Ecstasy, Obsesh, Brazilian, really talented guys.
Okay, so write it down.
So it's like
Rich.
really raw version,
it's coming. Now, Glauber Portella wants to know, when are you going to release your version of Corona, Rhythm of the Night?
It's personal pain. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. We're working on it, believe me. And
that's a hard one to clear, I guess.
Yeah.
Nada DH wants to know if you're coming to Paris anytime soon.
No, because I've been 1.5 months before.
Nada, you missed out.
Yeah. And I also missed my flight.
Oh no!
After the party, I missed my flight.
At Charles de Gaulle.
I went to airport and I didn't sleep all night, so I go straight to airport and I fell asleep in the lounge.
Oh no!
Yeah, thanks God I took another plane, but it was disaster.
Stories of tourings. Amar Ross wants to know when your remix of Armin's song is going to be released.
Good question.
Yeah.
Good question. I hope also this year. It's not question to me, to be honest.
Oh,
I did my job.
Yeah.
I'm just
You're just waiting for what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Amis TNS is wondering, I don't know this artist, but was wondering if you're doing would consider a collaboration with 1926. I don't know if you know it.
Yeah, 1926 is really Rafa. It's a talented guy from also Afterlife
so
team.
Amis is wondering if you would ever do a collab with that person.
Yeah. Also, we spoke with Rafa a few times, but I think we're both so busy. And but I hope we will find. Also, it's about to find not to just do collaboration, because sometimes you're just pushing yourself. It should be something
organical,
right.
or should be right that you.
It could be chemical, or just okay. sometimes it's not going well from the first or even second idea. So,
Sometimes you have sessions that it just doesn't click, and you're like, okay,
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah.
Now, here comes the question that we spoke about earlier. Unix Music wants to know. I recently sent some demos to 8Ks, and I want to know if does she have actually checked them. Some guilt question here. Well,
No, I'm actually checking the music, and if I'm not answering, it doesn't mean that I didn't check. Or guilty. Sometimes I can miss something.
Yeah. To be really honest with you, I receive a lot of music, thousands of tracks every single week, and I would love to reply to everyone, but it's just not possible.
Exactly. I think people also. I mean, I know this feeling when you want to have a feedback, but I try to give a feedback when I in a party to see people. But imagine the life of this person who constantly answering to messages, and we know how it's work. You will answer, and it will be the next question, and the next question, and the next question.
Yeah.
So just like I really understand their feelings, but I think the people should understand also our feelings. How we just like a time. We also just wanted to spend time for yourself.
Yeah, very true. That's true. Why Ahmed 7 wants to know if you're coming back to Egypt.
Yeah, actually, in May. I don't remember when, but definitely May.
May. Okay, awesome. All right, the next one. Mats Björnström wants to know, will you ever release your huge remix of Teardrop, A Massive Attack?
Oh,
that's another one of those bootlegs.
Yeah, it's like maybe you heard this track that I played, and it's also complicated to release it. And
the rights,
the rights, yeah. So I did it like a rhythm of the night. You know, after all, that might seem just like let's do something with it. But I did it for fun because I wanted to bring classic to like last track of my set, and I haven't this idea to release this.
It's created for your set,
yeah. And because if I wanted to release something, I will choose something easier to license.
Yeah, I understand that one. Swiss Vijk also. Someone that wants to see you play in Switzerland or Ireland. Are you planning anything there anytime soon?
I don't know. Actually, Switzerland. Not sure. I'm not sure. No. Maybe soon, but nothing super close.
Okay. And the final question, Dels wants to know, what does a track have to be like to be played? What are you looking for in a track? Because I guess mostly your sets would be your own music, mostly. Mm-hmm. But what kind of track would be so good to you that you would play it in your sets?
I will be honest with you. I receive a lot of music, kind of same music.
Yeah.
And I'm totally understand the trends and the people trying to find their music way, but the most of them is super close to each other.
Yeah.
I call it ra-ta-ta-ta-ta. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. So it's kind of also okay, but to be honest, I'm looking for something new. I love groovy music. I love crazy ideas. Sometimes you can hear really good mix and mastering, but the idea it's not really interesting. Or sometimes you can hear really cool idea, but like mix and mastering not there. But sometimes you can actually how it's happened with Obsesh. I received like a bunch track on my email, and I think wow, it's a really cool idea. Yeah, but I realized that I want to do it differently. Mm-hmm. You know, just like I wanted to just like to make this track in my own way, and but the guys they did really like already amazing job. So just like it was a cool idea, and that's why it's catch my attention. So it's how it's happened. So I'm looking for a groovy,
for something unique that works on a dance floor.
Of course I'm playing like mostly I need the music that I can play on the dance floor.
Yeah.
So I prefer to play groovy, unique with even with a crazy idea. I love this, or super melodic, beautiful. I don't know, like something touchable.
Something that touches you in the right ways. All right. Well, thank you so much for answering all of these questions. I think this was a record, the longest podcast we've ever recorded.
Thank you.
But there is so much cool because you're on a different side of things than most of the guests that are here, because you're in the techno world, and also we didn't even touch base about what it's like for you as a female in such a male-dominated scene. So that's something that we need to do in the future, maybe.
Yeah. It's definitely. I mean, I'm pretty okay, and that's like it's so complicated because I don't want to even touch this topic because I will receive a lot of hate about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that because I have my personal opinion about all these male-female things.
Yeah, well, most of all, I think it's most important.
And I'm not judging men, just in these points,
Yeah.
to be honest. And I prefer to be artists, and I really wish to everyone to be artists.
Yeah, well, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And you create amazing music. Your sets are amazing. And you're a great person. So thank you so much for answering all of the questions here today. And I can't wait to see your set in London, 13th of July, A State of Trance.
Thank you, Rubens, to having me here, and that's for inviting me here. And I think we finally have this like tete-a-tete conversation.
Finally,
and, that's why it's so long, because we never had.
It's always
this,
hi.
Yeah. And finally, we have this like. I think I need to just like a glass of wine and just continue.
Some nice cheese, and then we can.
Yeah.
Well, thank you once again, and thank you so much for tuning into this podcast. And make sure to check out all the music that 8K is make. She's amazing. I'll see you next time for a new podcast. Bye bye.
Thank you for tuning in. Check all previous episodes on YouTube or your favorite podcast portal.